Wanted to show you guys the progress on my Mojotone Fender Tweed style amp. It's a 5E3 circuit, and here is the actual box itself. It's pretty good construction on it. Been real pleased with the components that shipped and the box itself. But let me show you the main board here. I got finished stuffing this board, and I actually saw someone else do this. Put in a grounding rail. I don't know if you can see it right here, but that little rail that everything can ground to, and it's also going to jump over to the pots over there, the volume and tone pot. One of the modifications that I did is I put in a bleeder resistor right here so these caps can discharge and you don't shock yourself if you need to fiddle with the amp. So that's a 100K 2-watt resistor going across the first of the filter caps. And let's see. Oh, about the grounding as well. I have the preamp section all grounded together off of this rail, and the power section right here is going to be grounded all together as well. So in the actual metal enclosure part here, that's where the preamp's going to be grounded, right to this little peg. And what I've got going on in here, a couple other modifications. One of the things I wanted to do is put some diodes on this rectifier tube. I'm not sure if you can really see it in here. See if I can get this thing to focus. Anyway, yeah, a couple diodes here going in case the rectifier tube starts to die. It'll help things out. And I wanted to put in a standby switch instead of the ground switch on these older amps. And how I did that is off of pin 8, this rectifier tube goes into the switch, and out of that switch it's going to go back to the fiber board. So the only thing hitting this pin 8 is going to be this new line going to the switch, and then also out of the input transformer this line right here. So I think that's hitting pin 2 and pin 8 as well on this guy. So typically what would happen is the output transformer hooks to pin 8 also, but what I'm going to be doing is hooking this output transformer up right here to this filter cap section. So also I'm going to be hooking up this cable here that hooks up to this filter cap section. That's going to be hitting this standby switch. So that will actually be a standby mode, which would be nice. And I also put a cap and resistor on the standby switch itself, so that way it'll help if there's any surge protection, as well as like a pop from that switch being thrown on and off. And I think that's about it. Oh, I wanted to show you too, my grounding for power is all right here on the lug of this input transformer. So I've got my AC power grounding to it, as well as the center tap of the transformer. It's grounding to it. I've got ground right here off of this guy, grounding to it as well from the light grounding. And like I said earlier, the filter caps, the ground right there is going to go to that guy. So yeah, it's getting pretty close. You can see I've got all the tube sockets in there and Got the pairs twisted together, and I'll keep you posted on the build. I'm about to stick this board in there and wire it up.